Hello. This is Friday, March 8th, 2024. This is a sideshow. I'm Theodore Parker, and I'm coming to you from Kentucky, Lexington to be exact. And today, the high will be in Lexington, Kentucky, around 63 degrees. I have a chance of showers, highs in the 60s and lows in the mid 40s. Rain possible around 6 a.m. Utility provider, admits role in Texas wildfire. In this area, expect Sunday to be the next sunny day. Sunrise at 6:58 a.m. Sunset at 6:39 p.m. Wind around 5 miles per hour, and the AQI is good at 21. Daylight saving time begins this weekend. The saying is fall back, spring forward. So, if you're watching the sideshow on Facebook and Instagram, don't forget to like, comment, and share. Talk about it on WhatsApp. If you're watching the sideshow on YouTube, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And of course, the sideshow coffee cup, black 11-ounce ceramic, good for all beverages, hot and cold. Also, don't forget, you can display it and let it be a conversation piece. Talking about the sideshow with Theodore Parker. Buy from me for $17 plus shipping and handling. Pay me through Cash App, $ TR Parker 1. Well, I'm not sure how you feel, but this week has been some kind of week. Super Tuesday was like none that we've seen before. State of the Union on Thursday. And it is the media's job to keep us informed and up to speed, but these headlines are like none that I have seen before for the week. And you definitely have to read the article to find out what they're talking about. And sometimes, even after you read it, you're still not sure. So, focus, because sometimes you can't see the forest for the trees. Last time I was on the air, one of the things I was talking about was Wilt Chamberlain and his supposedly bragging about having slept with 20,000 women during his career. So why don't we take it from there? I didn't read the article, but it does have some fine points that I didn't want to overlook. So here we go. The origin of Wilt Chamberlain's 20,000 woman story. That's 2.3 girls per day. Wilt Chamberlain's friend spent 10 days with him in Hawaii and witnessed the NBA legend going to bed with 23 different girls. Wilt Chamberlain claimed to have slept with 20,000 women during his life. In the book Wilt, Larger Than Life, Rod Rudwick, a contemporary of Wilt's, shared a story about how the NBA legend came up with that number. Rodwick met the Chamberlain before moving to Hawaii in the mid-'80s. He witnessed Wilt's affairs with a number of women while the two spent time at his penthouse in Honolulu. Rodwick and Wilt were there for 10 days, and every time Chamberlain would go to bed with a different girl, Rod would put a check in his day timer. After 10 days, there were 23 checks. That's 2.3 girls per day. He took 2.3 and divided it in half to be conservative, then deducted 15 from his current age. Multiplied that by 1.2 women per day, and that's how he came up with 20,000, Roderick said. When Chamberlain revealed the number of women he had slept with, the public perception of the basketball great changed. People started calling him names, expressing pity for his lifestyle that turned into a reference for sexual braggadocio. But according to Wilt, that wasn't his intent. I'm not boasting. I don't see all this lovemaking as any kind of conquest. The point of using the number, 20,000, was to show that sex was a great part of my life, was as great a part of my life as basketball was a great part of my life. That's the reason I was single. About a month after Chamberlain's book came out, Magic Johnson, another prominent black athlete, surprised everyone by revealing he had tested positive for HIV. This revelation sent shockwaves throughout the public, as Johnson was not only a universally adored NBA player, but also an advocate for safe sex and HIV awareness. The timing of Magic's announcement soon after Chamberlain's book release led to the public lumping the two superstars together and condemning them for their publicized promiscuity. And at this point, I'm going to inject this. It was maybe several months ago when Magic, note this now, was on a yacht, for 6 weeks at $1.5 million per week. And like the first half of the time was spent with, his wife and other couples. And then after that, he dropped them off and picked up his children. 6 weeks at $1.5 million per week. That's current information. All right. However, Wilt's family and friends stayed on his side, saying the passage was a throwaway line that Wilt inserted to create publicity for the book. They also blamed the publisher for manipulating Wilt into including it. Despite the public's initial condemnation, Magic and Wilt fought against the stigma surrounding HIV/AIDS. They used their platform to educate people and advocate for compassion toward those who had the virus. Their efforts eventually played a significant role in changing public perception and increasing awareness about AIDS. Wilt was always a gentleman. The Big Dipper openly admitted that sex played an important role in his life. He loved being around women and was always a true gentleman, handing out compliments left and right. He would stop in the middle of a conversation if a pretty woman walked by. Chamberlain's friend Fluker said he would either look at her or make a comment to the people he was talking to. And it wasn't a gross or vulgar or disrespectful comment. Or he'd call the woman over and compliment her on her looks in a nice, respectful way. He'd say, "I just want you to know you're looking very beautiful today. And I wanted to make sure someone told you that." Roderick testified to Chamberlain's chivalry. However, Wilt's sexual prowess raised questions about his influence as a public person. But what most people characterized as a boasting attempt, Chamberlain himself described as a deeper insight into his life, one in which sex played a huge role. The Hall of Famer never denied that regardless of the aftermath of his infamous 20,000 passage, I have to scroll through all this advertising. Well, that might be the end of it. Claim that despite that. Okay? But that was some of the things that I didn't get a chance to touch on, the particulars of the comment and how it fit into the context of what was going on at the time. So there you have it. So that was the conclusion of the Hall of Famer never denied that, regardless of the aftermath of his infamous $20,000 passage. So sometimes you can't judge a book by its cover. Just want to let you know that. Wilt Chamberlain. Top stories in the news as follows. See Biden's respond to Marjorie Taylor Greene interrupting the speech. Next, Trump ordered to pay $83 million to E. Jean Carroll by Monday or post bond, says the judge. Fulton County Ethics Board drops Fannie Willis complaints from hearing. Meet Senator Kate Britt, the 42-year-old Alabama Republican who gave the GOP response to Biden's State of the Union. Steve Lawrence, singer, entertainer, and half of popular stage duo Steve and Eddie, dies. Biden announces emergency U.S. military mission to build pier off Gaza coast for aid. South Carolina becomes 29th state in nation with constitutional carry law. Hard-fought victory. House passes immigration bill named after slain Georgia student Laken Riley. George Santos crashing the State of the Union to announce a comeback campaign is what Congress deserves. Excuse me. Trump is ordered to pay legal fees to after failed lawsuit over the Steele dossier. These are some of my selections from the headlines. You are a freaking idiot. Charles Barkley continues to attack Donald Trump supporters for wearing shirts with Trump's mugshot. Joe Rogan guest arrested after head found in freezer. Rust armorer Hannah Gutierrez-Reed found guilty of involuntary manslaughter after Alec Baldwin shooting. Cam Newton speaks on kids talking to him disrespectfully. Says kids try celebrity so that they can go viral for it. Terrence Howard owes nearly $1 million in back taxes. Says it's immoral to tax descendants of slaves. Excuse me. Well, I guess if you had to say anything, that would be it, huh? Whoopi Goldberg gets censored twice during The View's Super Tuesday coverage. What are we supposed to do? Drug dealers give free drugs to good past customers trying to get clean. This homeless man says there is a coordinated effort to keep a steady supply of addicts on the street. This was a short video clip, and the man said he was trying to get clean and had been for several days. He said, I'm not going to call it a conspiracy, as I don't like using that word, but nonetheless. So there you have that. Here's one that just flashed in front of my eyes, and I'm out of nowhere. Donald Trump dementia petition signed by almost 100 doctors after spotting 7 symptoms. Real. For real. And you know how I like my music. A brief history of hip hop at 50. Rap's evolution from Bronx Party to the Grammy stage. August 11, 2023 marks the 50th anniversary of hip hop. To honor the legacy and influence of this now global culture, Grammy.com presents a timeline marking the genre's biggest moments. Okay. As Beyonce says with her #1 hit in country, this is not Texas Hold'em. Put your cards on the table. That's it. Hashtag